Good to go?
Alright, so, hmm, this new headphone that I have has like a button to mute. Dan, you're unmuted. Nah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hmm. Yeah, this new headphones that I have, it has like a button to mute and unmute, on the actual headphone itself. So whenever I press the button, I just feel like a secret agent.
That's funny.
Well, I'm glad you have that level of validation when using your headphones.
Just so y'all know, the server's up for the game.
Yeah, I'm getting there now. I had to update it.
It's probably been like 50 years since you did.
Listen, my Steam download library is really bad. There's like 20 games in there at one point. The other day, I just let like 10 of them download. I was like watching something while eating because I had to. I was like, there's so many games that if someone says, "Oh, let's play this," I won't be able to play it immediately.
You know, I didn't think you cycled through that many games.
Not commonly, but the chance is always there, and so I had to start downloading these games again, or updating, should I say.
You want to be extra prepared.
Right now. Sec.
This Ratatouille slaps.
You're
All right, Quinn, you said you want to be the robot?
That's usually what I play.
It's because he couldn't be the robot in the campaign.
Aww. Is that true, Quinn?
I guess in this case, yes, but usually no. Last time we played, the robot wasn't even a character I had.
Noel stealing your thunder.
He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Can't lie.
You right, you right.
Let me try to figure out who I'm going to play. It's just gonna be Wormwood.
Wormwood main in the chat.
The hard part is choosing the skin, if I'm being honest.
Wormwood is blessed to have a few really good ones, so there's a little bit of a selection.
Hacker voice, I'm in. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a seasonal thing. It's like this crow with the hat, but he can miss me. Whatever
There's a
he's.
crow with a hat.
Anything he's selling, I don't want.
You don't trust him like that?
You're Wendy?
Yeah, I'm Wendy. So, when you said crow with a hat, I thought you meant just like, I don't know. It was very literal, your description.
Okay. Alright, so, as you all know, the recording was very trash for the last campaign. So, I just want to, oh, I didn't, ooh, give me a second. I didn't spawn in our little, our goodies.
The goodies.
You know, I just thought you wanted us to, like, hoof it and suffer through.
Mm.
I was about to just suck it up and do it.
Oh, I'm going back to the spawn portal to do just that. Dana, talk.
Alright, so Quinn, where are you?
So
Where did you run
screen.
off to, dog? You're still on the load screen?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is it because your update took that long, or you're just kind of like flipping through all the skins?
Oh no, my update finished. I opened the game. Had to open some little presents, I think, whatever they're called.
Oh, you get
And
anything
then
cool?
I don't know.
You're just here. This moment's just ambiently passing you by.
I have no idea. And now I've currently joined the world, but I know that it like loads a bit for my PC.
In general, loading in makes you feel like the game's gonna crash, and I don't know if that's a bug or a feature at this point. Well, okay. I thought you were like running up towards the top of the map, and I'm like, wow, he's really gotten some distance for him just loading in. I was really confused.
What do I usually spawn in? I know a nightstick, a cane, and what else? That's it, right? Do I spawn in a weapon?
I think sometimes you spawn in like a shovel or like. No, I don't think you even really spawn in a weapon. We technically wouldn't need a weapon until a little later.
Fair. Alright, Quinn. And Diana, there's a sack here with the bare minimum. But, as I was saying, the last campaign, everything went to shit because the connection. Oh, Planty has joined the game. Because the connection just decided to have an outage. So, I wanted to get like a little audio of where it's like a summary of what occurred. Um, so yeah, yeah. Why don't you introduce yourself and who you play?
Hi, my name's Diana. I play Bentley in Solstice Academy, and I'm here for the recap. I'm here to be a participant in the recap.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, alphabetical order.
I am Quinn, and I play the nerd Cain.
The net.
You mean
The
public enemy
nerd.
#1?
Yeah, public enemy #1 is a better description.
So
Um, so I just want to like mark some of the highlights. I remember that this campaign was at breakfast time, the first campaign where Cain was able to get his food down, and it might have been because of Kieran. So, Squin, tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, if hard work sometimes pays off. It was really nice to finally get that down. It was something to be struggling with, and Kieran ended up being a vampire as well. He was notified by Ethan, who Kane spoke to in some off-stream talks, and thematically just felt like his support was necessary for Kane to get that down. Which was a very good thing.
Alright. I remember another highlight from the morning time was Misty had ordered a talisman to kind of get the Luca out of her room. Nah, could you tell us what you remember from that?
from Misty's talisman. It was very fortunate. They realized in that moment that they need to be the one to break it. So when their room finally came to fruition, it was way more reflective of who Misty was. It kind of had like this boho chic aesthetic with these like a soft comforter set slash bed set. Everything was very low to the ground. It had fairy lights and it had a lot of drapery. So it really reflected that soft appearance that I think Misty really stylizes herself in, which is great too, because it's like, Luca, get out of my room, but you're in his room, so I feel like it's a little bit of a confusing message.
All right, and breakfast time has just become a lot simpler for a lot of the players. So no one really had the role to consume their meals. I would say after a little while, everyone kind of adjusted. Some other highlights is definitely that Misty had observed that there was tension in her group, particularly between Luca and Marcy, and it just seems to be something that's ongoing. Um, Squint, could you tell me a little bit about how that seems from your perspective?
It's definitely interesting. It's you know, Marcy has claimed herself in like the top of the food chain. A lot of people are noticing it,
Don't let
and
that
some
frog hit
people.
you. He will. If the frog hits you, he'll take your stuff. He almost killed me.
Are you getting mollywopped by a frog?
It was nighttime, and then oh my god, it was nighttime, and then I was standing next to a pond, and it hurt me.
That's really
Oh,
funny.
so like you stepped on him and he said, square up, and you lost.
Yes.
Unfortunate.
Okay, you were saying about the dynamic and how it's interesting between Marcy and.
Well, it's pretty interesting because a lot of people are like coming to her, as like as a top dog, while Luca, who's kind of been in that group for a while, doesn't at all. In fact, he's only there to mess with her because he thinks it's funny. Their values seem to be on different, complete wavelengths, and then you have Zeke, who is just non-confrontational, kind of similar to Misty. So the dynamic is definitely funny and one to watch out for.
Mhm. All right. Now, I think another thing that's worth mentioning, because this is definitely going to come into play in the next campaign or so, is that Salem, Roman, and Tim usually meet up together in the morning, but this time, getting attacked by a spider. Sorry. The spiders are all one tier, so I'm just kind of attacking them because I can. So the three of them usually get together in the morning, but this morning, out of nowhere, it seemed like Delilah and Salem had become close friends. So, Bentley, could you tell us a little bit about what that felt like from your perspective?
It was really funny because Tim came in and he kind of saw that dynamic and he already had a very mixed opinion about Delilah because Delilah had kind of a weird response in the dark magic class. So when he came in and he saw Salem and Delilah were buddy buddy, he was immediately suspicious. So I'm kind of trying to figure out if it's almost like a jealousy thing, like, hey, you're moving in on my friend, or if there's some merit to what he's experiencing. Regardless, though, he's basically like concocting conspiracies, and I'm here for it. I want them. I want to see them. I want to see the MLA citations for them. But I want to see, why did Delilah and Salem get close? Salem's mostly spending their time with Tim and Roman, so when did they even have the time? You know?
All right. And that is essentially what happened in the morning. Now, homeroom was a little bit more interesting. Mm, Sorry, I'm eating. But homeroom was a little bit more interesting because today marked the day that Ethan finally selected some students to talk about their species, some of their strengths and their limitations. So, Bentley, can you tell us what it was like learning about what Kai is and, you know, what suggestions were made for him?
Yeah, so before we even got into the class, Cain's player had been theorizing what everybody's species was because he's really cerebral, he likes thinking about those things, and he's been collecting evidence. So he had originally guessed that Kai was a Fae, but then through shenanigans we learned somebody else is a Fae, so we were all kind of thrown off the scent. So when we got in there and Kai was revealed to actually be one, that was really interesting because I honestly didn't think that there'd be two in the class. And then once we were there, and that was kind of the reveal about Kai, it also made me wonder if some of his little personality traits were from him being a Fae, because Fae are very like free spirited and open minded. And from there, one of the recommendations he got from the Coven Courtesies teacher, Ethan, was that he should join Elemental Blitz because that would kind of help him figure out and attune to his power. And apparently his power is it's plant magic. I think the actual term was like fight
Photomancy or something like that.
photoman something like that. So phytomancy. Sorry, I'm hearing the DM struggle somewhere out there. Oh, there. Ooh, are you okay out there? So the DM's getting chased by a weasel. Um, I lost my train of thought because that in itself is just so sad. But
I don't know what that is.
it's really exciting to know what Kai is. I'm really excited to see how he's gonna do an Elemental Blitz. I really hope they just don't like return him in a lunchbox, but I have faith in him.
Now, Cain, can you tell us a little bit about what it was like discovering that Marcy was a bone fairy?
Um, we knew a little bit because of Elemental Blitz, but to figure out she was a bone fairy specifically is very intriguing because fairies or fays are typically elemental, and bones is not an element. So seeing that was definitely interesting, and I believe Ethan said you're kind of on the right track, but you should. Oh, he recommended to go into, I think, creature care club because using her magic might make her less empathetic than she kind of already is. So definitely a different contrast between the advice he gave the other Fae, which was Kai. One go to Elemental Blitz, the other who's already in Elemental Blitz, no, you need to go here, or I recommend you go here. So definitely intriguing.
I think it's funny because you know damn well Marcy's not going to that punk ass magical creatures care club. She'll have to crash out at least 8 times before she considers it. And then the next person that when I look on my stream and I see like the spiders are chasing me, but I'm also trying to scroll. The next person that got introduced was Ezra, and Ezra was discovered to be a chimera. So, Diana, can you tell us a little bit about what it was like discovering that Ezra was a chimera and kind of the conditions that come with it?
So I didn't even know chimeras existed in the campaign. My experience with chimeras is from like FMA and media like that, so I really had no idea what to expect. So when Ezra came out as a chimera, immediately I'm locked in because I'm like, oh my god, what does this mean? And then Ethan gave us a little bit of an explanation, and they were saying that he's probably a mix of like 4 or 5 different things, and he's very flexible. It's like he's very malleable and he's changing. At some point, Ezra expressed that his voice was changing and their personality was changing. And it was interesting too because throughout the campaign, they had been floating from friend group to friend group during lunch. So it was kind of reflected in how they just mingle with everybody because they're not really set as anybody yet.
I'm happy to know that you all take good notes. And now, Cain, could you tell us a little bit about Tim? Tim was revealed to be a golem, particularly a metal golem. Could you tell us what you recall from that discovery?
Yes, the main takeaway that I had from that was, obviously because the player kind of knows what the arc without the character knowing. So for the character to finally learn what was happening to Tim, finally figure it out, was nice to see. The advice that Ethan had, or not the advice, but the like tip or the heads up that he gave, was about his his purpose. He always needs a purpose to be strong, as you are a golem and you're kind of created for a purpose. Um, so it's gonna be really fun and intriguing to see what that purpose ends up being for the character. As right now has this little thing with Roman and Salem, adding Rosalind to that little mix now. So it's gonna be fun to see where that purpose takes him as his like kind of like life/power source.
Okay. And then that concluded Coven Courtesies for that day. And it took us directly into Enchantments and Charm class, which Bentley shared with Tim, Riven, and Jasper. Oh god. Sorry, I'm being chased by spiders while also trying to. So the nightstick, it has like a little update where now if you hit two enemies that are close together, it you can do like an area of effect electric damage. I think that's kind of cool.
Something made us like, you know how when you eat like a mandrake root or something, you go narcoleptic and you just sleep? I was clearing out one of those like pig shrines and I immediately fell down and I'm like, what's happening? I didn't pick
Um,
any.
I definitely ate a mandrake. I didn't know that happened.
Quinn,
I didn't know.
Quinn,
The robot said it was dead and that was good, so I did
you
it.
ate the little buddy. He's so cute when he's walking around at night.
I didn't know.
Oh, you picked him during the day?
Yeah.
Ooh, R.I.P. Little Mandrake.
All right, now that I'm in a safe spot, um, enchantments class was Bentley, Tim, Riven, Jasper. What is his name? Luca and Delilah.
LOL.
Luca and Delilah. All right. At first glance, this group of people is definitely interesting to have in this class. But Bentley, since you were the one who took the class, can you tell us a little bit about what you learned and how what you learned about your classmates, and how Bentley might use his enchantments and charms in the future?
Yeah, of course. So when we got into the class, we met the professor, and the professor basically gave us like this spiel about how enchantments can be used irresponsibly, and they're really just supposed to like play off of attributes you already have versus just allowing it to make you an entirely new person. Like you can get lost in that sauce, basically. And they did an exercise where they assigned everybody a ring that was supposed to like essentially augment like what you are most insecure about so that you wouldn't be experiencing it from then on out. So a few people decided to express some of like their deeper insecurities. Tim expressed it, Bentley expressed it, and we asked for somebody else's Delilah's, but Delilah gave nothing like in dark magic. Much to like both of our disappointment because we're really trying to figure out what Delilah's deal is. But that was essentially our assignment. We're going to be walking around with these rings and seeing essentially what the effects are like in the next week. For Bentley, his is augmenting his charisma because he has essentially like a almost like an attachment issue, and it brings a lot of anxiety to him to perform so that he can continue to have the attachments that make him happy in his life.
And Cain, if you could take a moment, I know you weren't in that class, but is there anything about that class that really stood out to you? Oh, and Professor Vexlin is teaching the class. She's Ironborn.
Yeah. Yes, Vexen the Ironborn. It was nice to see the Ironborn, uh, as they're kind of rare to my knowledge, and we don't really encounter them much, or at least we don't know how much we encounter them. Um, she was very, if I remember correctly, she was like really potent about learning this because it could technically kill you and it could not kill you or something like that. I remember her saying something about that and saying that the main reason for the rings was not for the augmentation, but how you feel when when you no longer have it. That the lesson really comes in the next time they show up for class, when the rings are removed and they no longer have that little, like, stat bonus. I also remember Delilah kind of like taking notes on Tim as Tim approached her, which was interesting to say the least. I can't remember anything else that happened.
Not Delilah being op number one.
Oh, you're right. They were kind of like Tim came over to try and learn more about Delilah, but Delilah kept guiding the conversation where Tim ended up giving them a lot more information than Delilah ever allowed to come out. Yeah, yeah, that was interesting.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, Delilah's definitely making a name for herself. There are some now that some characters are getting their footing just like you guys are in the campaign, true colors are coming out. And I guess Delilah's just very much in a place where she's ready to interact with people. You guys just happen to not be in the same space as her, because I know she's in the Pride Club, she's in the Spellcasting Theater Club, and she's also in Magitechra. But of course, Tim is donating most of his time, sorry, focusing most of his time to Roman and Salem, and obviously his ongoing Ethan investigation. But who knows? Maybe she can become something. Something. Let me stop there. But that's enchantments and charms. Next was lunchtime, of which Bentley was not there, and neither was Misty because she was doing some training, some studying in herbology class. Yeah, she went there for lunch, I think, to. No. I'm thinking about next campaign. What happened in this campaign was only Bentley was not present. And in Misty's case, that is when Delilah sat at the table with both her new friend Salem and Misty's best friend Marcy and Zeke. And she overheard Delilah making some kind of proposal to Marcy. It almost felt like she was trying to come for her number two spot next to Marcy, so looking forward to seeing how that unfolds. But Cain, can you remind us what happened when you sat with Riven, Ezra, Jasper, and Silas? I believe you broke up with somebody.
Um, so based off some uh off-stream talks with Silas, Kane kind of like tweaked out over the evening. So it was a whole thing, but it ended up becoming a rumor. To make a long story short, it ended up becoming a rumor that it was like a bottom tweaking about their top not responding to them, top being Silas. And so when he sat at the table with I believe it was Zeke, Ezra, Silas, and somebody else. Can't remember who else was there.
No. It was Riven, Ezra, Jasper, and Silas.
Oh yes, Jasper, not Zeke. Yes, and then the last one was Jasper. It ended up being a conversation of, "Are you with Silas?" Cain responded no, and presumably as a joke, Silas went, "What do you mean no? You're hurting my feelings." Yada yada yada, and it became a whole thing to the point where it became a break up moment in quotations between Silas and Cain.
All right. And let's see. So I know that I said what happened with Miss C. Um, Tim, I believe. Oh, I'll never forget this because Roman, Ava, and Noel were sitting down and studying, and Tim came over and was just like, "Wow, this isn't a talkative table." And Roman responded, "I'm sorry, what's your grade in math?" And ultimately, kind of strong armed Tim into spending that lunchtime studying as well. Uh, Meanwhile, Bentley was not at all at the lunch table because he had decided to throw a party in his dorm. It was supposed to be a small little get together, but because word travels, this party ended up being attended by Luca, Ash, Nina, who is typically like a good girl, kind of like nerdy type. She was excited to be at the party because she didn't get invited to parties a lot in her first life. Kai, Quinn, and Sarah. So Bentley, could you tell us a little bit about the pros, cons, and great memories from this little Getty that you drew? By the way, before she does, we're just gathering materials right now. I'm trying to. Usually, I try my best to. Oh my god, I found a slot machine. What the fuck is this? Do I spin it?
Spin it!
Okay. Choose.
What kind of question is that? Spin it! Is that. Whoa, Quinn, who is that? Quinn, who are you talking to?
It's Buddy.
Yo,
The
this is a
man.
whole game.
Bro, oh, the Wandering Trader? Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Right now?
Oh, I need ashes? Damn, okay. I don't have ashes. Buddy,
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
gotta trade him.
Okay.
But it was him sitting down as a beefalo. I'm like, what's wrong with that beefalo? You gotta run? Oh, I don't wanna dig that up. I don't wanna dig that up. The question was about the party, right? Sorry, I kinda locked in because like I was scared, but so we were talking with the character Quinn. And we were texting, and while we were texting, he's like, "Hey, like if we're cutting lunch, we might as well basically have like a little get together." And he's going back and forth with Quinn, and they're talking about people who they want to invite. And Bentley's really excited to invite Sarah, who is somebody they talked to during basically the orientation session, and somebody they had been messaging in their free time. And, Quinn was a little skeptical, but he's like, oh, okay, like, I'll make sure she comes. Let me talk with her. And then you should buy a bottle of booze. Like, you should buy some vodka so we can, like, really be a party. And I'll invite some of my own people too. So once we get to the lunchtime, Bentley goes to his room, and it's like he's thinking it's gonna be like Kai, Quinn, Sarah. But then Luca shows up, Ash shows up. He had invited Nina, and he was kind of surprised that Nina was there, but she had seemed really excited to come. But she's kind of a good girl, so he wasn't sure. And all these people are in his room, so they like settle down, they start talking. Kai decides to be that one obnoxious person with the guitar, but instead of playing Wonderwall, he's playing like a Bo Burnham track, which is he's a theater kid, so like I have to forgive him. And then at some point during the party, Sarah comes in, and it's like a really big deal because we never see Sarah. She's usually absent during lunchtime. So Bentley's really excited to see Sarah. Party's really like starting to get into the full swing. Luca and Nina are talking too. And then Elian comes in, basically would you describe him as like a resident assistant? The RA essentially comes in, and everybody's like, we need to ditch the alcohol. We don't know what he's gonna do about it. So everybody starts like downing shots, and Bentley's at the front door with Elliot, and it's like, hey, buddy, pal, come in, drink, settle down. Elliot thought Bentley was hitting on him, so that became like a whole thing where he's like, I don't date the people I'm an RA for. But regardless, Elliot's cool with it, and he's like, yo, let me get my maracas. I'll be right back. I see the other kid has a guitar. So while he's getting the maracas, everybody's trying to finish the alcohol bottle. So by the time Elliot comes back, people are starting to like they're not well, they're faded. Like I think 2 people passed out. And that was basically the end of the party, but Bentley ended up carrying Ash back to his room, and when he put him in his room, Ash kind of revealed that he had never been sleeping, he just didn't want to make the walk. And then Elian took Kai back to his bedroom.
Dog, I still think it's funny that you guys haven't had like a Oh! Ah! Ah, no!
What's
Why?
wrong?
Oh god, no!
Wait.
Wait, hold on. Fuck! I have like no health. I accidentally crossed paths with the Hound Mounds. I'm trying to build out my map, and I crossed paths with the Hound Mound. Oh, and now the dragon! Yo, guys, I'm gonna die.
Hey, so
I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
die.
your stream's kind of snitching on you. Why are you over there? Why that thing has 2,000 what 27,500 health?
He's pretty far.
You know, when we first start a map, we try to like build it out. So I was trying to build it out, and I saw some skulls. So I'm like, ooh.
Oh, is that what we do?
Mm-hmm.
I was just following Diana.
Oh man.
Oh, I've just been mindlessly collecting and like building shovels and shit. Just stupid stuff. Just stupid stuff. Oh, I should start digging up grass. That makes sense.
So next we have science class, which was attended by I don't have no type of rock. Which was attended by Misty, Cain, Imani, and Salem and Ezra. So Cain, can you tell us a little about what you learned during that class and some highlights?
Before class started, Cain tried to talk to Salem. Salem had, to my knowledge, was very scared of Cain because of her extended period of time with Roman, and the hate that he has for Cain. So that conversation kind of went nowhere. It was kind of funny because she was like trying to be nonchalant, and Cain wasn't necessarily doing anything, but just the rumors of Cain all around all circles, still present. Um, and then the teacher showed up, Professor Duskmore. Misty described him as old, just like canonically like a 50-year-old man. Extremely old. And he was like, listen, this isn't like any of the classes. If you don't learn this, you will perish, essentially. And I'm pretty sure the roles all around were garbage. I don't think anyone did well there.
No, they did not. I don't think. I think that was Salem's third F in a row, to the point where they just kind of looked out the window and was just like, I'm not good at this. I just shouldn't be in school. Why did my second life have to include learning? I'm not a lifelong learner. I am happy where I am. Alright, so then. Whoa. Was there clubs? No. After that, it was time for everyone to do what they needed to do after school. Misty spent her time in the animal husbandry classroom, where she got a tutoring session Sorry, I'm back by the the dragonfly, where she got some advice from both Elian and Gallows. Essentially, the central message was consistency. Oh no! Look, Sai's jumping up on the couch too because he sees Kugo's on it. Sai's my dog. Kugo's my dog. Um, so to stay consistent and to keep it going. Next, Cain had a study session with Nina and Noelle, but Nina was still suffering from some of the side effects of attending a Bentley party. So
Why are you
Yeah.
saying it like it's a titty party? A Bentley party?
A Bentley party, man. You are the rich kid.
So
I take
Cain,
offense to that.
Cain, could you tell us a little bit about how that study session went?
It still went pretty well. That's where it was finally learned as a between those three that Noel was a Ironborn, that Nina's been kind of caretaking for him because he kind of has these like reboot shutdowns that he needs someone to help him out with. Um, he They kind of talked about that for a little bit before getting into actually studying, and based on Kane's grades, he had asked if they can do some science because science was his worst grade. But with the help of Noel and Nina, who Nina, while even being recovering from the afternoon party, was still at least conscious enough to help Noel and be a part of the study sesh. He brought the F to a D, so hopefully he keeps going up from there. But he did already start recovering from the initial terrible roll.
Now that you mention it, I know earlier Tim at lunchtime practiced some math and he also rose his F to a D. And Misty
Yeah.
rose her F to a D when she spent some time in animal husbandry for her free time. Yeah.
So all around, some people doing their own ways of getting their classes up a little bit.
Hmm.
At least no longer Fs.
Yeah, those disadvantage rolls, y'all just don't want them, huh?
No.
Alright, now, Bentley, even though Sarah showed up to your party, you all had already scheduled to spend some time foraging together on what Quinn, the character Quinn, referred to as a date. Could you tell us a little bit about that and your experience? Alright, hold on, my pockets are full, so now I gotta rework my inventory.
Good luck with that. My pockets are bursting at the seams. So we had invited Sarah to go foraging before the entire party thing was even agreed on. Bentley practices crystal care, so they're really excited to get started, but they don't necessarily have anything that they brought with them. So they're like, oh, I want to like check out the grounds of the school and see if there's anything that I could pick up before I see if I can like purchase anything online or if I could trade with anyone. So he asked Sarah. Sarah was nice enough to agree, and even though she had came to the party, she decided to come out foraging too. And she was saying like, "Hey, I'm like kind of exhausted. I overextended myself. Do you mind if we just sit down instead of foraging?" And Bentley's really excited that Sarah's there because Sarah is never around. They don't share a lot of core classes, or they're not really in the same spaces, and they don't pop up at lunch. So it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, we can go foraging some other time. And he's asking her if she's okay. And she's like, oh, well, if I'm being honest, there's a reason why I never come to lunch. I'm resting in that time frame. And Bentley's thinking maybe like she's an insomniac, or she's just tired, or maybe it's like too much for her socially to interact with that much. But she opens up and she's like, in confidence, I'm going to tell you that in my first life, I suffered from chronic pain. And even though I'm on my second life and I've become a new species, this is a problem that followed me into Solstice. And Bentley's a little taken aback. And he's asking her some more follow-up questions, and she's like, yeah, nobody really knows. The professors are working on it with me, and they give me some accommodations. Like, Elian brings me my food at lunch because it's too much for me to go to the cafeteria. And then she goes on further to say that she is worried about Ethan pulling students in Coven Courtesies to talk about their species. And she reveals what species she is, and she's like, I'm a Reaper. And one of the ways that Reapers come to exist is that they self harm and they pass away, and then they are resurrected as Reapers or reborn as Reapers. And Bentley's kind of sitting there and he's like, okay, yeah, I could definitely see why you don't want that to be talked about in class. And he's trying to express to her, like, I think most of the student body is really cool. And if you make that a conversation, they would probably be pretty accepting. And then Sarah said, I don't know if I believe in all of that. They're really hard on Cain because Cain's situation with Silas had continued to escalate as a rumor, and people were just being really hard on him for it. So she was really skeptical that everyone would be accepting of her own situation because it was just so much more traumatic and socially damning. So while they were on the date, they made a plan to talk with the Coven Courtesies teacher to try and see if he'd either exempt her from being a part of that selection process or in the very least suppress some of the information she's really worried about coming out.
All right. Now, Cain, I don't know if you remember, but Tim was having a big conspiracy party in his dorm with Salem, Ava, Roman, and Roslyn. Do you remember any of that to be able to recount it?
I know. I remember a couple of things. I remember a couple of things. It started off as the info exchange between Rosalind, or not info exchange, but the payment for info between Tim and Rosalind. Paid her the 75 buckaroos, and she expressed us information about the buildings and how there's like a teacher-like building, and they have these rings that kind of like they use to like meet, I believe, or something of the sort, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And the plan from there was to get, I believe, Delilah's ring to jailbreak, to be able to use it and find, to continue the search for Ethan's supposed office. Um, Two additional things came from that scene, though, which was Ava once again telling some people about the demon she had in her room. She had already told Cain about it, and Tim essentially jumped on board to demon hunt the following day with her in the lunch period, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And one final thing, which is not great for me specifically, is Salem spoke about her conversation with Cain from science class. Roman was whatever the opposite of ecstatic is, and he immediately was like, "That guy's a freak. He's so fucking not cool. If I start a petition, will you guys sign it?" And I think like someone said yes. I think maybe Tim had said yes, something like that. And so Roman may or may not be making a petition to get Cain in some way. There's gonna be a Cain punishment if that's fully signed by the student body. The punishment is undetermined, to my knowledge. So those three things were the result of that scene.
All right. So I think that's to the best of our abilities a good recap of what happened that last session, condensing 4 hours down into one. Based off of what you can remember from that session in alphabetical order, can I get some highs and lows?
Um, I think the party was a high. I feel like it was a lot of my favorite people in one room, and then it was kind of interesting seeing Luca outside of him mercilessly harassing Marcy and just pushing her last button. And I also kind of saw like who he hung out with. Like he hangs out with Quinn and Ash because they came together as like a clique. A low, I would say a potential low coming up is if we can't figure out Sarah's situation and get her an accommodation that would make her comfortable, it's going to deeply wound me and I'm going to have to leave the campaign. But, I'm going to talk about that with the DM. I'm gonna let them know.
Okay. I already wrote the campaign for Saturday, so whatever happens happens. But all right. Cain, highs and lows.
I think the high was the study session with Noel and Nina. They are two that I've had their numbers since day one because of the group chat, and Kane's obviously struggling to make friends. He really only has Silas and Ava as friends, and so to have the kind of like successful meetup, even though it was just studying, did mean a lot uh, to Kane because every time he's in a place where everyone's kind of around. There's always this rumor flying around, and so he's kind of trying to show other people that the rumors aren't true, and he's trying to kind of break out of that kind of place that people are putting him in. Low definitely is the rumors are like have not continued or discontinued from escalating. They are still growing. Uh, and with this petition, I can only imagine what rumors may happen, or even if the petition does get like passed, because he really doesn't know his state of like not even like state of being life between some of the people that he hasn't talked to, like people like Ash and Quinn, like he hasn't really talked to them at all, so their opinions are unknown about Cain. So the petition's a looming like almost like threat that he has like kind of no control over.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then my last question for tonight, starting with Bentley, is first, who are you currently shipping yourself with, and then who are you shipping the other players with?
I don't know if y'all know this, but my OTP is Kane and Silas. They're day ones. I'm willing to go the distance. I'm putting my money on them. I'm getting my t-shirt. I'm like getting the mug with the little heart on it. Like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. For Misty, I feel like they can say all they want, but they're kind of in like Luca's orbit now, and I don't see them escaping. I feel like that's just gonna be their travel person. For Tim, um, um, I feel like I should be seeing Salem, but I just kind of see more chemistry with Roman. I just feel like they're very in each other's space, and it's kind of like Tim looking to Roman and Salem making some occasional comments to kind of continue to contribute to the conversation. For Bentley, I'm very conflicted. I love Kai. Kai's very chaotic. They're giving like drama club messy. But then my girl Sarah has been like the nicest person to me in the campaign. They're very genuine, they're very soulful. They're asking me to help them with something very emotionally intimate. So I'm kind of torn between them two right now.
Um, for me, first of all, Silas is straight, so no. Second of all, I don't really have a major ship for my character yet. Right now, I think him and Ava, just the story that they're making together, is a nice one. I'm excited to see where that goes, and if that blooms into a relationship, by all means, because I think they'll be cute together. For Misty, it's very similar to what Bentley said. Luca's kind of just right there, but if I had to make like a crazy pull, it would 100% be Jasper. I think Jasper and Misty can be a really, really cute couple together. For Tim, um, it is like fully the same boat. I think Roman's kind of just the person, maybe even Rosalind if he gets past that like money threshold. I think it could be really fun and intriguing. And then for Bentley, it absolutely is Sarah. Their date was very, very nice. It felt really, really like it was a comfort for Sarah. It felt like, and Bentley, who has this anxiety of friendships and relationships, Sarah seems to not uh, demand much for except Bentley's presence, which is nice. So it's definitely Sarah and Bentley.
All right. And now, Bentley, if you can give advice to Cain right now, what would you give him?
You need to get back into your fake relationship with Silas before he locks down somebody else. That's my play advice. My real advice, I would say, is I would just kind of disregard the people who have a negative opinion on you right now. Like, I wouldn't approach. Oh, what's happening? What's happening?
I think we're okay.
Yeah, I saw the DM like not be well for a second. I would say my real advice is just disregard the people that don't necessarily like you. I wouldn't invest time into trying to repair whatever social reputation you have right now. I feel like somebody else is going to fuck up to a extent where people are not going to be thinking about you as actively. And just really try and invest your time in relationships you don't have an impression with yet. So I would say like Nina, Noelle, maybe some of the other Draconia household members. I'm not really in Draconia, so I don't know who's in that clique for real, but put your time there.
Yeah, those are all valid statements.
And Cain, if you could give any advice to Bentley, what would it be?
For Bentley, man, if there's anyone that I wouldn't have advice for, it would be Bentley because they're doing so well. I think the only thing I could say is maybe don't as a Draconia, don't forget too much about the classes and those grades. Right now we're kind of taking like starter versions of all the classes, but I have the inclination to believe that they might become really important, and even I don't believe you have a lot of Fs, but even like Ds may not be enough to get past those like certain thresholds in the classes, and it might come back and maybe even hinder something else related to it, especially as a werewolf.
Yeah. I gotta pump up them grades. I got a F in science because everybody was too drunk and Bentley was kind of like playing around at his party and bringing people home, so he did not show up for that, so he just auto flunked. And then
Auto
everything else
farm.
he's been crashing out on, so he got like D's and everything. It's bad. It's very bad.
But he's having a legendary time. He's having a time among times.
Time
Can't
among
wait to be
time.
a super senior.
You know what? Yeah, this isn't a bad place to be a super senior in. They feed you, they clothe you.
They feed you, they clothe you.
They don't talk about if there's a tuition. It is pretty nice.
Oh, that's what they bring in your second year.
It's indentured servitude with extra steps.
Alright, and I think that is a good place to stop the stream and the recording so that we have this recount on the file. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Um, I do know that there was a miscommunication between Misty, Marcy and Luca during the morning time. Bentley, do you remember that?
I think I'm certain all the sessions
Oh
blend
yeah,
together a little
I
bit, but
remember.
essentially, from what I remember, is Luca plays too much. That's his thing. He plays too much. So when the Coven Courtesies class started, he was kind of like coming up to Marcy, and he's like, "Hey, Marcy, you gonna give me some of that blood?" And Marcy's just not with that. Marcy is very like no nonsense. Don't fuck with me. I don't want to talk to you right now. And she already has a strained relationship with Luca. So she's just kind of looking at him like he's crazy. And it's like, no, what are you talking about? I'm not doing that. So Misty comes up, and in an effort to diffuse the situation, she's like, "Oh, Marcy, do you want me to give my blood to Luca for you?" And Misty's looking at her crazy because Luca and Misty already had a pre-existing arrangement where she was going to allow Luca to feed from her. So in her mind, it's just kind of like, no, I don't want you to do that. Don't make me a part of your weird scene. I'm not consenting to that. Almost as if she was like, don't make me a part of your role play. So Misty ends up allowing Luca to feed from her, and Misty's just no, Marcy was just kind of like that's all you. That's all you. That doesn't involve me. Don't put me in that.
Alright, yeah, that was definitely something that occurred. I'm trying to think if anything else happened that might have slid by. Cain, do you remember Luca intimidating Nina at the party?
Oh yeah, as mentioned, is kind of like, you know, a nerd, a class nerd, and she didn't really go to parties or didn't really go to parties in her previous life. And so when she was there, and Luca had like, Luca's kind of delinquent and has like had the drinks with like Ash and Quinn, so he kind of peer pressured Nina into kind of drinking and whatnot. Obviously Nina very susceptible to that type of stuff because she's not really used to that scene and doesn't want to be removed from those scenes because kind of like a want she kind of wants to be popular in a way. So, in Luca's words, easy target.
He said that? He needs to be cancelled. And I think the last major thing that's on my mind is, well, here's a minor thing. Elian came in and took the cheese board in its totality from the party.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he
that was pretty cool.
stole all the cheese. All of the cheese.
And what was her name? Oh,
Uh,
Ezra ate that mouse in science class.
Yeah, apparently because he's a partial chimera, but he doesn't know what he's mixed with, he just kind of like gets these impulses, and something about the mice just screamed hors d'oeuvre. Those mice didn't stand a chance. It's really sad, actually.
Well, I will be happy to report from doesthemouse.die.com. The mouse did not end up dying, but it was very soppy and wet.
Gotta
funny.
try the mice out for next class.
Yeah, they got the blow dryers you could put dogs in now. It was just yo, the bees in this area are insane. Like, where am I supposed to go?
You're not supposed to be there. The bees live there.
Huh, you're not supposed to be there.
Ah.
Uh, but I found the place where these fucking like weasel things are killing me. Have y'all
Oh,
been
you mean
attacked by the
the...
weasels yet?
I've been running. If as long as your body stays in motion, nothing will look at you sideways.
I need gold so badly so that I can make a science machine. But like, oh damn. I'm not looking good. I'm not looking good. Um, but the nearest gold is so far. So far. Okay. I just gotta lock in and go.
We're trying to come up by you. I have some gold in my pocket. I don't know if it's enough for like a alchemy engine, but we should have enough for a science machine at least.
Oh yeah, y'all are going the absolute wrong way if you're trying to go to where I was.
Oh damn, for real?
Yeah.
I thought the oasis was up there so we could set up camp.
No. Well, maybe. Go. Build out the map in that direction while I go and get this little bitty, teeny weeny polka dot goalie woolly.
No, the horse.
I mean, Quinn, you could play with the horse. It might rock your shit.
It has a good boy.
That horse is evil.
You sure?
Did you ever pick up your pack, my dude?
What pack?
let's try and find camp first, and we'll unpack that as we get there. Oh, the hounds are coming.
How do you attack things?
Oh hell, bro! What happened to your health? Okay, Squid,
Yeah.
you should come near me, and you should make sure you are eating.
Oh, it's hitting me now.
What's hitting you? What are you being chased by?
The horse.
Oh, Squin. You don't
So
have like
you know.
weapons. Okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna let
is that
her.
why I can't attack?
I'm gonna let her go. Oh shit! It is dark. Okay.
I have my measly 3 pieces of gold. I hope I can get home before the wolfers attack. Ugh, man. It's not looking good for me. Mm. Fat, juicy, and wet.
Okay.
And now I'm starving. Okay, what do I have in my inventory that I can eat? A lot of carrots.
If we go left, we can, and then we can reach Indy.
Indy's coming home with about 18 wolves, okay? Because I'm in no condition. Ah! I'm in no condition to fight them. I hope the bees. I hope the bees slap the wolf.
Trying to clear him out with Abigail.
I'm just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
That's not great.
Just keep swimming. Oh man. I just want to look. And my sanity is at like 50. My health 44. Hunger 41. There's only one place to go. And there's this fucking weasel that keeps gatekeeping my goddamn. Yeah. Oh my god. I don't think wasps attack wormwood. Oh, I can walk where I please. Y'all though? This will be a difficult place for y'all.
Yeah, we have to clear that out at some point.
Oh, that hurts.
I was over here being. Mm. I can't wait for them to demon slay in Ava's room. Like,
Can't wait for it to be like a palmetto bug. Because honestly, same.
Squin, what do you think
Hey.
the demon in Ava's room actually is?
I don't know. I think it's Astral Demon.
So pessimistic. Oh my god, there's so many hounds down here. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh.
Y'all, I made it. And I'm gonna make the science. Why can't I make the science machine? I need logs. I
You
thought I
need
had logs.
doodads?
I thought I had logs.
I mean, you don't got no log.
Can I make a pickaxe? So I'm gonna
Damn, did
try
I
if I
collect
can.
any pine cones?
Oh, are those important? I dropped them.
It depends on what area you want to see. There are like 50 groups of wasps chasing me.
I just need to make the science machine, and then my sanity is gonna be okay. Oh God,
Oh, I think I see you. I'm coming.
bless America.
Oh, damn.
Okay, I still need some more gold.
I got you. You're about to get this shit hand delivered.
Oh, I'm on fire.
Is that gold? Please, sir, may I have some gold? Okay. Yeah.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yes. I thought that ghost was Quinn dead.
It might be. Oh, there you are. Oh, Quinn. Jesus, you're like walking through every wasp hive.
I don't think he know no better.
That's
I
just
don't have
insane.
food.
I have like 10 carrots. Where you at? Is
I
he in
don't know.
camp? Can I see him on the map? Yeah, I think I can see him. If I could reach you, how starving are you?
Uh, 0.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, it's
I'm
that
pretty.
way.
Yeah, I have food. We just gotta meet.
Hola.
There you go. Eat the food. Eat the
Food. Oh, I didn't see it was in there.
food. I fed you one. I shoved the carrot in your mouth. Oh, I'm leaving him behind, like.
Yeah, you leaving him in the dust, bro.
But yeah, we got a warm fire back home and shit.
I
It's
made it.
cozy.
Okay. Um, if we could put our heads together, we could figure out what to do. Um,
I'll drop down all the shit I've been collecting. There are no twiggy bushes. We only have twiggy trees.
I currently have 36 twigs. I know in the grand scheme of things that's not a lot, but.
Better than nothing.
There's a pile of stuff here that I had.
Okay. Let's just hope it doesn't catch on fire.
Oh, did you want these mushrooms? You said you were going crazy, right?
I don't think wormwood. Oh, I do. I didn't know I benefit from. Oh, it's health. Health doesn't recover from him. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. So the first task is usually planting. So not having twiggy bushes is actually kind of like a detriment. But I would appreciate if you could cut down these trees because I can't.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, my character loses sanity if I attack trees.
He is a tree, so it kind of tracks.
I think he's being a big baby about it.
I don't know. Maybe it's Uncanny Valley for him. Something
What?
spawned. Alright. I'm gonna let Abigail fuck it up. I'm gonna try and get rid of it. Woo! It's got an attack pattern. Alright, I'm gonna need you to go crazy. Go get him.
And I'm just sitting here planting. Oh! What just hurt me?
Ow, ow, ow.
Did he
They'll keep
attack
hitting you.
Abigail?
Oh.
Oh no. Okay. The little thingy. I don't know
All right.
why, but this fucking crow attacked me.
Oh, can I only cut you down with an axe?
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
Ugh.
Quinn got his shit rocked, bro.
I'm so sorry, Quinn.
I think he tried to hit the little thing, but he ended up hitting Abigail.
He might be attacking him because
Oh no! Put
PvP's
that
on.
fire out! Put that fire out! It's gonna burn out all of our stuff. All of our stuff is on the ground too. Dan, I believe in you because I need to plant these plants.
Okay. It's gone.
You got it.
Yay!
All right. I'm glad we made armor and shit. It's very beneficial.
You made armor?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Is that cat? Is cat awake?
Cat's awake.
So we can watch kaiju now?
Sounds like we can watch kaiju.
Fat, juicy, and wet. Okay, they're all planted.
Oh, let me go pick some flowers. We should have some leather to build a pig house to get some manure.
I need a pig helmet. Ooh. How you tempt me.
I've been a good noodle while we've been recapping. I've just been mindlessly picking shit.
Oh, I was doing the same thing. Fuck. My pockets.
Thank you for finding the oasis. That was gonna suck.
My pockets are so fucking full. Pete, do you have a shovel?
Yeah.
Can you dig up
I
this,
can get you a
like,
shovel.
dig up the stones that you...
Yeah. Let me come through. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I didn't dig those up.
Yeah, I can't do that because it's gonna hurt me.
It's gonna hurt you.
Start digging them up down here where I am.
All these little ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I think it's interesting that the logs don't make you insane, because that'd be like the chopped limbs of things you perceive as people. But I guess the game just wanted to throw you a bone.
No, the logs do make me insane.
Oh, like touching them?
Oh, well, at that point, the act that makes me insane is cutting down the tree. Because that's me killing them. And then the act of picking a flower also makes him upset. So I think that's the differentiation. By the time it's a log, it's just like already severed.
Oh, so it's the equivalent of like people who don't agree with slaughterhouses, but they'll eat meat if it comes from the shelf.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it kind of stops becoming like a thing with a face.
Eyes without a face. Anyway, speaking of eyes without a face, it is time to watch kaiju. So I will be closing down the server momentarily after I plant every seed on my person.
You want that sanity, huh?
My sanity is currently at 200. I don't know if you know this, but I am a premium member of Sanity.
I got the basic pack. Mine's sitting at a lumpy 92.
Okay, that's enough for today. Over and out.
Bye.